Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé, Season 8, Episode 13. Did I write down the name? No, I didn't. I want to do an intro that's like welcoming to the new people, but praising and high-fiving the people who've been with me since the beginning, and I don't know quite how to say it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share on any social media platform that you deem fit, and let's jump into this episode. First couple that we're going to talk about, Mike and Natalie. Mike and Natalie are miraculously doing better. They are currently working together to put together a little 50th birthday party for Uncle Beau, and it's supposedly a surprise. So Tamara, the neighbor from down the hill, comes up to help with the festivities. Tamara and Beau are real close. How close are they? One would want to know, but not know, but no. So their next segment, they go fishing. Mike wants to show Natalie about a good old mountain time, and that is fishing in a creek. So they get to the creek, they've got their wellies on. He's trying to show her how to cast the line out, and she's trying, and then she's not doing it right, and then he's like showing her again, and it all seems very stressful for me, but for Mike, he's like, see, this is a good old time, babe. This is what it is. At this point, I think that Mike is just trying to get Natalie to go home. That does not look like a good old time, Mike. This city girl is not gonna come and just fish in this little ass creek. Natalie is doing her very best to not complain about this situation, so I'm gonna go on ahead and complain for her. That sucked. I could see Mike wanting to do that for him, like having a moment where he's just off living his life and having a good time just thinking fly fishing, but girl, like, no. Am I gonna go with you? No. Did you have to take me to this? No. Mike is not ready to give her the ring yet. He says that they are running out of time, and at this point he doesn't know what he's gonna do. So because Natalie is keeping up a ruse to her mother about this wedding, she goes wedding dress shopping. First dress, bleh. Second dress, bleh. Third dress, okay, if you like it, girl. Mom is on Skype and she is very excited about this. She wants wonderful things for Mike and Natasha. And Natasha's just like, yeah, no, yes, mom, yes, momo, yes. Natalie doesn't end up buying the dress because she says it's not worth spending the money when she doesn't even know if there's gonna be a wedding. The next scene we have with them is he's lit a fire. She's sitting on the floor looking at the fire, praising him for his fire building skills. He presents her with the ring and she's like, Mike, do you forgive about Keith? And he gets upset and he's like, why do you have to bring up things that are old? Do I forgive you? No, but here's this ring. Carry me, Mike. So Mike picks her up and they go into the bed to have sex, I guess, girl. Who knows how long it's been. Okay, next couple that we're gonna talk about is Andrew and Amira. She's walking in a very picturesque, what looks to be like the gardens of an old church. She's talking to Andrew and she's like, oh, Andrew, the apartment, it looks nice and clean. And he says, yeah, baby, I've got this apartment ready for you to come, all ready for you. So what are you gonna do? Andrew, I think that it would be okay if I go to Serbia because I really want to be with you and I'm doing this for love. So she hops on a plane and she goes to Serbia and she is crying on her way at the airport because she is scared to go to Belgrade because she has no idea what's happening in Belgrade. Here's a fun fact. I know of the city Belgrade. Did I know that Belgrade was in Serbia? No. I need to do more geography. Her father's already told her that there's gangsters that run that city, so like, she doesn't know she's gonna be deported, she doesn't know what's gonna happen, but she doesn't. She gets there, she gets to her hotel, she puts her dirty ass luggage on the bed for all of the coronavirus germs just to snuggle with her at night, and she talks to the camera and she tells him that she's excited that she didn't get detained, but she's also very scared about the next 14 days being in Belgrade by herself, just hanging out in the hotel room. And let me tell you, this is where being a forever single, a super single, comes into play because all I can think about is all the fun she's gonna have. Just spend the first 5 days ordering room service on Andrew's dime, of course, because he paid for this flight. He's gonna pay for everything else. You don't have a job. You left your school. You left your studies. You left your family and everything for him. So just, I mean, girl, get a massage. I don't know what they have in that hotel. It didn't look janky. So like get you a massage, you know what I'm saying? Like get you that room service, go down, you know, just walk around, you know what I'm saying? Like just like, oh my God, I'm so happy for her. Like I will Google what's there to do in Belgrade. Oh, but she's supposed to quarantine. Well, that's not fun. Anyways, girl, 14 days by myself. Sounds exciting. Next couple that we're going to talk about is Rebecca and Syed. This is where Syed, he gets an Uber or girl he walks, who knows, to Joelle's Hot Chicken to meet his beloved in the back so that she can bring him a sandwich that he wants to taste. Now, I have a question. I love North African food. I even bought a cookbook so that I can make North African cuisine. Hot chicken is delicious. Is it a sensory overload to his tongue? He's there with his red hot pants and his cool sunglasses, and Rebecca comes out looking like a bedraggled wet cat to give him his food, and they have one little mini conversation about this whole Ramadan thing. She's not gonna get married during Ramadan because she doesn't want to be rushed into the situation. She wants to have the fourth wedding of her dreams. He's gonna have to go find someplace else to live then, because what you want me do, Rebecca? I want you to figure out new way. And we're just like, Rebecca, stop speaking broken English to him. So he walks away frustrated and she goes back into Joelle's Chicken and continues ringing up orders. Rebecca's issue is that Syed picks and chooses which things of Islam, of his faith, that he is going to adhere to. And she finds that to be inconsistent and very confusing. And I was like, have you never met a religious person? Have you never met somebody who is a part of organized religion? That is the way it is. That you have to pick and choose the things you're going to stand by, because the orthodox of that religion is stifling. So no one is going to do everything a Muslim person should do, especially if they no longer live in a Muslim society, especially if they're online looking for 48-year-old tattooed white women in America. So we already know that Syed is doing his own thing. He's still trying to walk his faith line, which is fine. I don't judge him. If he wants to live in sin and sleep with Rebecca and her fat ass, I support him. And if he doesn't want to get married during Ramadan, I support him as well. Rebecca's really coming off as being the villain in this situation with their relationship, and it's so interesting how the tides have turned. And when I said fat ass, I didn't mean it negatively, girl. Rebecca has got a booty, and I'm like, hey girl, hey, I see you, I see you. Rebecca's gonna tell Syed that he needs to ask Tiffany to stay with her, because she's not moving out of her apartment. Now you're gonna go make him live with your daughter? Why would Tiffany take on living with Syed? Also, Syed is proposing that he goes home. However, does he not know that on that K1 visa, he can't go back and forth? So he's just gonna have to chill. The next couple that we're gonna talk about is Stephanie and Harris, or Azan. Harris and Azan look so much alike. Harris, can I hold your hand? So Stephanie and Harris go out to eat. She's got lips as a purse, and she's wearing a t-shirt dress, which I do not hate. And when they go to dinner, she is, I mean, on the sauce, girl. She's got the eyelids are drooping. She has taken her daily dose. She's also drinking wine. Harris, I need your love and support. I just need you to be there for me. And I need to better understand what's happening in your life, in your background. I left my 3 kids and my on and off girlfriend of 14 years back behind because, you know, we are people who have different feelings about certain situations, and I'm willing to do whatever it is that you want me to do so that I can better please you. You know, right, Harris? I should have met you first. I spent 3 years of my life waiting on your stupid cousin. Yes, Steph, I told you. I told you not to mess with that guy, Harris, that he was no good for you. In his confessionals, he says that he thinks that America and him would be a good fit, and it would be the right move for himself, his family, and for Stephanie. It's so interesting because you have to have a certain tenacity and grit to move to the US, okay? And a lot of Belizeans fail and end up going back home. It's too much, it's too cold, they might have snow, and then these people, you know? I honestly don't know what this man thinks that he's gonna do in the US. Also, she's a sex tourist. It's a lot, sis, it's a lot. Next couple that we're gonna talk about is Tarzal. All right, so listen, there are problems in this relationship now, and it is all because Tariq's insistence that Minty be a part of their life. Hazel doesn't trust Tariq and Minty, period, point blank, okay? She tried it and she hated it. She doesn't trust that Minty isn't going to do whatever she can to get with Tariq. And Minty even said last episode that if Hazel wasn't there, that her and Tariq would be together, and that would be her K1 visa, and she would be in the US. The truth is, and this is no shade, no tea, Minty seems like she has more of a personality than Hazel. And she looked better than Hazel. Hazel has every right to be insecure of Minty. I definitely see what Tariq sees in Minty. And then on top of the fact, Tariq has a definite fetish for specific Thai women. He was wearing a shirt that said Thailand. If I were dating a man who was super into, what am I? I'm Black, American. And so what if I was dating a man that was super into Ethiopian women? That would make me super insecure to know that he is super into a very specific type of woman that I'm not. You can't speak with her anymore. Like, it's not gonna work for me. It's making me feel a fire in my chest. I don't wanna feel that fire in my chest. You chose me, so choose me and let her go. And that's the issue, is that Tariq hasn't been able to let Minty go because I don't think that he has anything nefarious planned. I don't think he's planning on stepping out on Hazel, but I do think that he must really like the conversation that he has with Minty. So I feel bad for Tariq. I feel bad that he needs to defend himself in a situation in which he's not doing anything wrong, but at the same time, he's not making himself look the best. Speaking of looking the best, he goes tuxedo shopping with his homeboy, and the homeboy is like, you need to delete Minty's number. If I were Hazel, I would be pissed. My thing is, like, don't just delete her number. You need to block her, actually. And the friend is trying to give him words of advice and say that he wants to be Team Tariq, but right now he's Team Hazel. And the main reason why, like, I have a hard time being Team Tariq is because he wears stupid hats. The next couple that we're gonna talk about is Yara and Jovi. Oh my God. I mean, if they aren't one of the best couples of this season, I don't know what to tell you. Poor Yara and Jovi are having a good time on the streets of New Orleans, and Mama falls, and she falls on her back and like hurts herself. And they rush her to the hospital. Doctor says that everything's fine, but that she just needs to keep it easy and keep it breezy. You know what I'm saying? So she's at home looking real disheveled, sitting on the couch, drinking her tea. And it is the night before they go to Vegas. So Jovi's friends have a bachelor party planned for him. And I don't know if they know that she fell. I don't know if they know that she had a miscarriage prior to this one and that there's probably some major concerns about her being able to carry to term. But let me tell you, Jovi's friends don't give one fuck. They do not care. The only one who kind of cares is Klein. And Klein can't even be bothered to rope Jovi in. He just is like, listen, I'm gonna do me and my wife because I made a decision and I understand the decision I made, so I'm gonna go ahead and live my life. Now let me tell you, Jovi's friend is like, are you coming out? Are you know, and Jovi puts it on speakerphone so Yara can hear. And Yara says that Jovi has been treating her like a princess lately. Like, he has been doing everything he can for the last 2 weeks to show her all the love and support. And she's feeling a little bit like she might be okay with New Orleans. And Jovi's really happy about where they are in their lives. And so Yara feels like, you know what, I fell, I'm okay. It's his bachelor party, so I'm gonna just let him go. But you know, just a couple of hours, Jovi, an hour and a half, 2 hours max. And Jovi's like, I can't, what am I gonna do in that amount of time? I'm like, Jovi, you could have dinner with your boys in that amount of time. You could have dinner and drinks. They go out and they immediately start getting some kind of atomic bomb or hand grenade girl something. And they are walking around the streets of New Orleans, and then we see 3 atomic bombs later, they decide that they're gonna go to the strip club. The one friend, Klein, he says, I'm not going in there. I bow out, I go home, I have family and baby. And the other friend is like, nah, Jovi, you're going in here. This is your place. You're never gonna be able to do this again, blah, blah, blah. So that friend takes him in there. They start talking about his divorce party. The friend just brings out dollar bills, y'all. And it is a recipe for disaster. They are drinking, and this friend knows that Jovi is supposed to go home. The way that Jovi was throwing the money, like, listen, bands will make her dance. Ow, bands will make her dance. He was just like, legs were spread, and he was just like, take this money, take it. Which I'm excited for these girls to be making the money, but having that chick sit on his lap on camera, having that other one talk about their divorce party on camera. When Yara sees this back, I hope he's done some damage control prior to. The friend then pays for Jovi to go upstairs with a haram in the face stripper. And I just think this friend sucks. Jovi says that he would go to this club 6 to 7 times a week. Did he mean to say month? Also, why weren't there any black strippers? Why didn't I see any black strippers? I don't know. I was just like wanting to see booty breaking everywhere. And I didn't see that. I just saw like Paris Hilton butt moving about. So we know Jovi's gonna be late. We know he's gonna be drunk. His friends are like, you can't go home. You might as well just stay up the whole night. Who cares that you haven't packed? You have time to pack. And everything that's important just flies out of Jovi's head, or maybe everything that's not. Listen, I'm giving Jovi the benefit of the doubt. Clearly, the things that aren't important just leave his brain because they're not important to him. Oh my God, you know what I forgot to talk about? Yara. So let's rewind whack. All right, so very first scene or second scene, girl, I don't know. Yara goes out with Gwen to find her wedding dress. And since this is a shotgun wedding in Vegas, she's looking at a place that isn't a bridal boutique, but it is a place that has like gowns and different dresses like that. So she tries on 2 different dresses. They both look great on her. The second one looks amazing, looks great as a bride. Gwen is over there crying because she's like, someone actually wants to marry my stupid ass son and you won't even let me be there. And Yara's like, Gwen, you know it's not about you, but not like that. No, I mean, it's not about you. Like, I'm not being personal to you. Okay, you come. Okay, I don't want you to be sad. You come. And so Gwen is so excited because she gets to go to the wedding. And I'm excited for her. I wanted her to go to the wedding. I think this is going to be a great situation, except for we saw the previews for next episode and it isn't. It's not. Yara is so pissed at Jovi. And I bet you he's gonna act like he doesn't know what he did wrong or why it was wrong. And let's move on to our last amazing couple, and that would be Brandon and Julia. The beginning of their segment is, we go to church, see Pastor Ken. They go to this church, coronavirus is in full effect, so Betty and Ron have to pull some strings to kind of call in some favors, you know, to get this space open. Julia's looking around, she thinks the church is very beautiful, she's very happy about the circumstances, but she cannot get Brandon to give a fuck about this, okay? Brandon is at this point being petulant. And so she would like to know like what his opinion is and like what he thinks. So she's just not planning this wedding with her and Betty. They asked the date of the wedding. Betty and Ron try to throw their shots talking about Mother's Day. But Julia says this day is important for me, May 9th, because Brandon, why is this day important, Brandon? And Brandon's like, Brandon, we had a whole episode about why the 9th was important. Do you remember that dinner with your gummy grandpa? And then he's like, yeah, I just completely forgot. Like, yeah, I mean, I knew it was something. She has favorite numbers and she has this and I just don't. Yeah, forgot. Julia is very disappointed with him. So she's sitting in the back of the pew looking around and he comes up to her and he's like, what's up? And she's like, Brandon, do you want to get married? And he's like, yeah, you want to get married? And she's like, no. Do you want to get married, Brandon? Do you want this wedding? And he's like, and she's like, I need you to care about this wedding. And then he says, you're upset because I don't share the female fantasy of a wedding day. And I thought, this loser. And he's so sexist because there are plenty of men who are excited about their wedding day. This is very indicative of him not being a good partner and very indicative of him being an only child. There is something that turns off in Brandon that is not helpful to a wife. It's how he copes with his parents, I think, or something. It's more than just being an introvert, but that is not being a partner. I was very shocked at how unsupportive and unhelpful he was when he just had to answer a couple questions. You asked me marry, Brandon. So now I have to plan wedding with Betty? No, I don't want. I get not liking something, but not participating in it at all when your foreigner girlfriend comes to the US and you refuse to help her navigate this big life event because you don't have a fantasy of it. Well, boy, you better get fantasizing. I'm sick of him in his little pest control outfit. I don't care, I'm judging him. I'm judging his whole being on this one moment, okay? All right, you guys, so that's the end of this episode. Let me know what you guys thought. Please leave a comment down below and let's have a kiki and a conversation in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share on any social media platform that you deem fit. And that is it, you guys. Have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Oh, check out these videos. Check them out. Stay on YouTube, girl. Let the algorithm know that your girl keeps you on YouTube. They like that.